Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let me tell you guys, I am going to try not to talk fast, but I decided to do this at the last minute. I really need to be asleep right now. I got to go to work early in the morning. However, as soon as I got off work tonight, I was like, you know what? I want to play with my tarot cards before I go to bed. I just feel like it. Like it's just I love my cards. I love my cards. I tell you guys that all the time. All right. So anyway, immediately what popped into my head was what I wonder. Okay. So what I wondered was because I asked myself sometimes, what do I wonder? You know what I'm saying? What can the cards tell me? And what I wondered was how, you know what I'm saying? Were the ladies feeling, you know, a few days passing after they sat up there and dismissed Quad from the Napa trip? All right. And I was like, I could do cards on that because I was going to do it anyway. I do cards all the time on what I want, what I wonder. Okay. I don't necessarily share them or make a video out of them. All right. But I love my cards. I love my cards. So on this one, I'm sharing with you. But first, let me introduce who I am to those of you who are new. All right. I am Indigo Sage. You can find me across social media under the hashtag unapologetically sage, Indigo Sage Tarot, and Indigo Sage Reviews. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so just in case you guys don't know who the Women of Married to Medicine is, this is them. It's a show on Bravo, and I did the feelings, okay, the energy basically of what each cast member had when Quad was dismissed unceremoniously, okay, asked to leave a vacation trip, okay, Toya's business trip, okay. Anyway, I did everybody except Sweet Tea. I don't give a damn. All right, so let's continue. So let me also say real quick that the deck I used is called After Tarot. So it is based off of the images, the original images of Rider Waite, except for their theme of this deck is afterthoughts. And what it is the images are supposed to represent the moment after. Okay, I love this deck. All right, and I also have one for the moment before. Okay, and then there's the original, of course, which is the moment. All right, so anyway, first one I did was Phaedra. Okay, and and again, you guys, this is the moment after Quad was asked to leave, and not just the moment, but like the days following as they processed in their mind and heart and body and soul of what just happened. All right. So not necessarily just the moment, like the 5 minutes after, no, but like the days following as their mind and heart processed and as they experienced what was going on and how things have changed. Okay. So Phaedra's card was the Magician. All right. And it was in reverse. In order to understand why it was in reverse and why I hollered when I saw it, allow me to explain what it means when the Magician is upright. The Magician is the card of manifestation, turning dreams into reality. Numbered 1, the Magician is in charge and ready to make it happen no matter what. When the stars align, he is the one. He is resourceful and he has everything he needs at his disposal: wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. He symbolizes everything in the saying, as above, so below. The magician has access to infinite potential, as denoted by the infinity sign above his head. He is confident that he can bring whatever he wants into fruition because life and love is abundant for him. When the card is what? Upright. It was in reverse, which means Phaedra quickly learned that the producer's magic was stronger than her Reiki magic. point blank, and what period. When the magician is reversed, it indicates that manifestation and the urge to take action is blocked. They are exploring what they want to happen with you, but they have no urgency to make it happen. Okay? No urgency to make it happen. This can stem from fear and anxiety. Their vision is blocked, and it's unclear to them if you are the one, okay? If you are the one. You may be or you may not be in their mind. Okay? And we saw that. Let's continue. Next up on my roster is Jackie, Dr. Jackie. Okay? She is represented by the Nine of Pentacles. All right? Her feelings after this all happened, and I have a feeling while it was happening, she was Nine of Pentacles. That's a good card. The Nine of Pentacles is the card of success, achievement, rewarded efforts, independence, security, and leisure. This card shows a wealthy woman dressed in luxurious clothes walking around her garden. Okay? The vines behind her are heavy with grapes and golden pentacles, emphasizing her accomplishments and wealth. Basically, y'all, Jackie don't give a what? Damn. No F's given. None. Okay, none. Same way that she said no on the show when they asked if Quad could stay with her. She said no with a whole bunch of O's. None. No F's given. Okay, do you hear me? None. Now, to me, that's a cold piece of work, in my opinion, to work with someone for 10 years while being a part of a friend group, and they have shared special moments in the past. To experience all of that and to embody the attitude of no fucks given is very cold. But maybe Jackie is too busy talking to the Vice President of the United States to form any feelings because she has none. Okay. Now, on the flip side, what I was getting from this also was that she didn't care if she stayed either, for whatever that's worth. She ain't got no feelings about it. It's not making a difference in the way she moves in this world. Okay? Okay. Moving on. That's how I'm going to move. Moving on. Dr. Simone, she's represented by the upright Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is the card of hardship, loss, isolation, abandonment, struggle, and alienation. Alienation. Now, again, this represents how they felt when they were processing their feelings after Quad, especially Simone, asked her to leave. Alienation, of course. That's what the hell you did, girl. The card shows people outside in icy wind and snow. They are dressed in rags and clearly struggling. Behind them is a church where they can seek shelter if only they would go inside. It's as if Simone is thinking if only Quad would take some ownership of the part she played in the demise of her relationship with the group. But she won't. Okay? So there's a church right next to them. Okay, those Five of Cups in the image, that's the window pane of the church. They can go and get shelter and get warm inside, but they won't. Okay, the Five of Pentacles reminds us that struggle and loss is a part of life's process. From our struggles, we learn how to become better partners in all of our relationships. Basically, Simone feels like she sent Quad away with a reminder that even when things look negative, we can still take away with us the positive, the lessons we've learned. So it's like Simone doesn't feel so bad because she feels like she's humbling Quad, teaching Quad a lesson. Quad learn a lesson from this, some kind of lesson that is being learned by Quad. That's what she's thinking. She needs to be taught a lesson. You know what I'm saying? All right. And I was listening to someone else the other day, and they reminded me about how Dr. Simone did say a while back, this little girl thinks that she's better than us. And I believe that's the episode where they all tried to confront Quad, and Simone had on some big pimp shoes that had $100 bill in it. I don't know if you guys remember that. But anyway, this is giving me the same, that's coming back to me. This little girl thinks she's better than us. So she's teaching her a lesson. All right, let's keep going. Now here we are at Toya. Okay? Toya. Toya shows up as King of Swords. And it's funny because swords represent intellect and words and being intelligent with your words. Okay? I wouldn't think of Toya as the King of Swords by no means. But in this situation, I get it because this person can also be very sharp with their words. So I get it. I get it. But when I first saw it, I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Toya, King of Swords? But at the same time, this is representing their feelings, how they felt. Okay, not necessarily where they are in real life, because I don't believe that anyone is visualizing Toya as the King of Swords, someone whose intellect comes out through their speech. But this is how they feel, how they felt as they processed what happened. So, hey, who am I to tell her how to feel? She felt like King of Swords. You better come on with your confidence, okay? Down there in the Napa Valley. All right, King of Swords. The King of Swords reminds us that integrity is an important part of a successful relationship. Love is not just about our emotions, it is also about our actions towards others. Love is easy to say and hard to do. The King of Swords is a reminder to have high standards for ourselves and for others. We deserve love confirmed by actions, not just empty words. You can't tell me that don't sound like, you know what I'm saying, what Toya was expressing. Okay, so like I said, I get it. He has high standards for everyone around him, and he expects others to act with integrity. He takes his responsibilities towards others seriously. So this is why she kept calling Simone out on being cool with Quad in her face, but behind Quad's back, she talks trash about her. Toya didn't ask, she demanded that Simone say to Quad in her face what she has been saying behind her back. Well, all I have to say is, I didn't know Toya had standards, okay? Because, I mean, her fashion says otherwise. But good for her. Good for her. Good for Toya. Now, here come big-footed Heavenly marching right on in, okay? It's Heavenly's turn. Now, I was not surprised at all to see this card, okay? Seven of Wands. Look at them fighting. Look at them fighting, fighting, fighting. And actually, it's a person defending themselves. The man in the middle is defending themselves. Take that picture in. Already, this made all the sense in the world. You know what I'm saying? Heavenly processing what just happened, you know, the days passing that. I'm not surprised to see that she is defending herself. This is a person who's defending themselves. And I'm going to get into the technicalities in just a second. But I want to say this real quick because she was real feisty during it. Then a couple of days after it aired, she tweeted an apology to Quad and said she didn't deserve that. Then a couple of days after that, she did a YouTube recap with Carlos King and defended herself all over again and said, and basically sounded like Quad did deserve it. So she's been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And when Carlos King asked Heavenly about the backlash she was getting, Heavenly said basically it was all made up. It wasn't real, that it was Quad's fans and that they created bots and the bots was attacking them. And Carlos laughed and said, how you know they bots? And she said, because when you click on them, they ain't got no followers. They ain't got, it's an empty account. It's just bots. It ain't nobody. Okay. So, Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is the card of protection, defense, and taking a stand for the things that matter. The card shows a man being challenged by his opponents. He is resilient and he does not give up. He is defending his position and he is giving it his all. He is taking a stand for himself. That's interesting. And I say that's interesting because Heavenly is for self. I have always said Heavenly is out for self. All right. So she got a card that says that she's taking a stand for herself. All right, not a surprise. The Seven of Wands reminds us that there are times in life where you need to stand up for yourself and what you believe in. We are meant to defend and protect the people we care about the most. For heavenly, that's a self. That's how I feel. The Seven of Wands reminds us that tenacity and persistence will be rewarded. Well, she does believe by being the loudest one in the room, being the messiest one in the room, and being the most cutthroat and low down one in the room, sprinkled with exaggeration and lies, makes her the most valuable cast character. Yeah, I said cast character. I would not be surprised if she feels like her reward for her disgusting behavior is the producers telling her all of Quad's business. And if that is a fact, then I'm sure that the producers, okay, the said producers, who she calls little boys, have told her about more than Quad behind the scenes, okay? So none of those cast characters should feel comfortable around Heavenly after they seen all of this, after they process all of this, okay? Okay, everybody's character came out. Sit back and look at it and analyze it the way I am. Okay, let's get into it. Quad is up next. And before we do Quad, I'm just going to ask you guys real quick to ring my bell, okay, so that you're notified. Click subscribe, click like. All right, just do that for me real quick. Thank you so much. As I always tell you guys, your support means so much to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so it doesn't cost anything. Click like, click subscribe, all right, because I am going to be coming at y'all with new videos about new stuff just whenever I want to. And I also plan on showcasing my tarot decks too, for those of you who are interested in just tarot. I have so many and I want to showcase them. All right, now let's get into Quad's feelings. Okay, she's the woman of the hour. All right. All right, although this ain't gonna be no hour, let's go. Now, Quad's card, her feelings as she processed, okay, right after it happened, as she was processing what just happened, it is represented by Queen of Pentacles. All right, Queen of Pentacles. And that's very interesting to me. And especially this picture is very interesting to me. All right, so let's get into this. The Queen of Pentacles is the card of generosity, caring, nurture, practicality, comfort, and luxury. This card shows a beautiful queen sitting at her throne, surrounded by nature, animals, and a lush field of flowers and trees. She holds a single pentacle in her hands, okay, with both of them, okay? So it must be heavy. Looking down at it with a nurturing eye, and actually looking up at it. She's looking up at it. I believe the original one, the coin is down. This one, the coin is up. All right, this is after, the moment after. So it's up. She done raised it up. Okay, abundance is all around her. The Queen of Pentacles reminds us that being nurturing and generous is important to developing a strong relationship. When we show our partner that we truly care about their well-being and want to look after their needs, they will be touched. They will naturally want to do the same for us. All right? Don't that make sense? That sounds good. So when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that the queens are nurturing. They are caring. Like, I know all of that and stuff. And I was like, that's how you feel, girl. But then it made sense when I realized this card was in reverse. Okay. This card was in reverse. What? Reverse? Only her and Phaedra are the only ones that had cards in reverse. And it's funny because they are the characters of who they are and who they want to be and who they want to show us. Like, Phaedra being the magician, I totally saw that for her. But in this situation, she was upside down. She was reversed. It was a full stop. Okay? It was a stop for that magician stuff on that. Okay? I know she's going to pull out her Reiki power manifestation stuff later. And I'm not making fun of it because I believe in Reiki. I just don't believe in Phaedra's version of Reiki. Okay? Okay. But, full stop. But that is Phaedra, the magician, because everybody's wondering how she got on the show. She's a magician. Okay? She worked her magic. And she was trying to work magic with bringing Quad, reintroducing Quad into the group. But it didn't work. Anyway, back to this. So this is who Quad really is, like, or who she wants us to believe that she is. Anyway, because I don't know Quad, so I don't know if this is who she really is, but it's in reverse. All right. So the card being in reverse, let me break this down. It's probably because Quad regretted in that instance all the times she told those ladies she was just there for the check. Now, in case you guys don't know, because I haven't said it yet in this reading, because I'm trying to make it quick, but anytime the pentacles come out, I always remind you guys that the pentacles is what? The coin. And the coin is what? The money, honey. The coin is the money, honey. All right? So let me say this again. Quad regretted in that instance all the times she told those ladies she was just there for the check. All of her castmates at some point has said they heard Quad say she was just there for the check, which later on, when it was repeated by Quad, it came out as, I'm just doing my job requirement. Okay, girl, so your Queen of Coin message was received loud and clear, and this was their response, kicking you off the island. Nonetheless, she felt immediately regretful for acting that way. But the reason why is not because she learned the lesson that Simone intends to teach her. No, 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 no. It's far from that. Take a look at this card. Notice how the queen is holding up the coin and gazing at it as if she is worshiping the coin. But if you look even closer, you can see on the right side of the coin is the queen's image in the coin. Just like a narcissist, this queen is staring at her own reflection and can't see anything else. All right. So I'm just going to tell you guys real quick. There's a fable that's hundreds of years old about the narcissist. Apparently, I think this is Greek mythology. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But it was some man named Narcissisto or something. All right. Something like that. And he went to get some water out of a pond. And when he gazed down to get the water, he saw his reflection in the water, in the pond. And he was immersed by it. He fell in love with it, his own reflection, and he stayed there for days and days and days and died because he could not stop looking at his own reflection. He didn't eat, he didn't drink, he didn't do anything. He stayed there and he died because he was enamored by his own reflection. He was in love with his own reflection. He was in love with his self. It was all about self, and that man died. Now that's a fable or a Greek mythology or whatever. Okay, doesn't matter. But that story is out there somewhere, and that's where they say the term narcissist came from. So this card is representing Quad, and we see that she's holding that coin up and looking at her reflection. Wow. So, in a way, Quad died as a cast member of Married to Medicine. Now, going back to Phaedra's card as the magician who is known as a manifester, okay, Quad didn't realize that Phaedra hosting her funeral was bringing the death of her time on the show to an end. Okay, get into that. So I'll tell you what, if Quad didn't learn nothing else, she surely should learn that you can't trust everybody, okay? Because she learned that she couldn't trust Heavenly. Because speaking of standards, like Toya was talking about, Quad felt like that even though she know Heavenly can be messy, that she had a line that she felt like Heavenly wouldn't cross. Well, she not only crossed it, she jumped over it, double dutched on it, did all of that on it. Erased it, drew it, and erased it again. Girl, please. She learned that. Then also, her disappointment. I'm sure she has disappointment in Phaedra because when she was sitting at that table, you could see it all over her face when Heavenly said Phaedra didn't even want to be on the airplane with you. And I felt bad. Now, that is the moment I felt bad for Quad. Any other moment, I was just looking. I didn't have any feelings yet towards any of them. I was just observing. But in that moment, I felt bad for Quad because Quad was truly taken by surprise. She said, Phaedra? She said, Phaedra? She said, we have a problem? Girl. Phaedra said, full stop on this manifestation magician work that I'll be doing. Full stop. Nope, nope. And that was shocking to her. So here's the quote I'm going to leave you guys with. To be the master of a garden, you must do more than just stroll through it. Okay? So Married to Medicine is the garden. The cast members, the characters, they're flowers. Okay? So basically they felt like Quad's flower was blooming too much. It was too big, too boastful. It was just casting, it was so big, it was casting a shadow on them. They couldn't get no sun. Okay? So they just cut it. With that being said, them just cutting it, okay, so now all the light is on the entire garden and all of you guys. So we're looking at all of y'all. Some of you guys are wilted. Your petals are falling. You're very much exposed now. It's not very pretty. Okay? So my question to you guys is, do you guys now know what to do, how to nurture the garden? Because maybe y'all could have just pruned her back. You didn't have to cut her and throw her out the garden just because she was a big, beautiful flower and y'all wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm using metaphors. None of them are the master of the garden because the master of a garden wouldn't just chop up and cut off the biggest beautiful flower just because it's big and overgrown. So that's what they decided to do. And now we're looking at all their little ugly flowers and it's being exposed. Come on, Dr. Jackie, with your rebuttal. Okay? Anyway, thank you very much for your support, your time. Please click like and subscribe. I'm out, y'all. I'm out.